Hi everybody, so today I'm doing the 10 baby names I love but will not be using. I'm part of a collab with a bunch of wonderful ladies that I talk to frequently. I would consider them my friends. And their links for their videos will be down below. Otherwise, I wanted to mention that although I say I won't be using these names, you never know, because some of them I really do like, but they were ruined for me for certain reasons, whether it be a correlation of something else or what have you. So I'm going to quick jump in and I hope you guys enjoy. Let me know down below what baby names you love but won't be using. So I'm starting off with the girl names. One of the first girl names that I will not be using is Harper. And the reason for this is it's so matchy-matchy with Sawyer that I don't like matchy names. So I will not be using that one. Number 2 is Asme or Esme, depending on how you say it. And that's exactly the reason why. I like names that you pronounce. There's one pronunciation. There's not 2 or 3 ways to pronounce it. I think that can get confusing. I think that can get irritating. So that is one that I will never be using. Number 3 is Lillian or Lily. As much as I love that name, actually we have a cat with that name, for a child I don't like it because of how popular it is now. It is a beautiful name, don't get me wrong. And I'm not saying my kids' names are out there, but I can guarantee that there will not be 5 Sawyers in his class or 5 Lincolns in his class. So that I love the name. I think it's beautiful. Obviously I used it for our cat. I think it's a wonderful name, but I won't be using it for any children. Number 4 is Abigail. Abigail? I said that really weird. Abigail with the nickname Abby. And the reason we won't be using that one is because we have a yellow lab named Abby. So it would be kind of confusing if I had a child with that name and then a dog with that name. And number 5 is Hadley. And this is the dumbest name. I think it's a great name. I think it's beautiful. But it just does not roll off my tongue as well as I'd like it to. Sawyer rolls off the tongue really well. Lincoln rolls off the tongue really well. Hadley, you kind of have to, you have that oomph that you have to, I don't know. I guess I'm just really weird, but that is the 5th name that I will not be using, Hadley. So for boy names, the first name that I will not be using is Nixon. I love the name Nixon. I think it's so cool. It's spunky. However, if I were to use Nixon, I'd be on a trend of presidential names. And I don't want a certain theme for any of my names. I don't want someone to say, oh, well, she chose Nixon and she has Lincoln and she just loves those presidents. No. As much as I love the name, and I have a good friend who has a son, I think he's a week or 2 younger than Lincoln, whose name is Nixon. And it fits him perfectly. I think it's handsome. I think it's strong. However, I won't be using it. 2 is Landry. This was actually on the list for Sawyer. I almost named him Landry. But the more I thought about it, I thought of laundry. And I did not want that correlation between Landry and laundry. So that got quickly crossed off my list and I will not be using it for any future children. Number 3 is Elliot. I love the name Elliot. However, my ex ruined it for me because I really wanted to name Lincoln Elliot, and he brought up the whole E.T. thing. And that's all I could think of is E.T. going, Elliot. So I could not use that name anymore. Maybe for a dog, but definitely not for a child. Number 4 is any Axton type names. So Maxton, Daxton, Paxton, and that's just due to, I don't know, they're just not, I feel like they're becoming very trendy, if that makes any sense. And Lincoln was almost a Paxton, I believe. Yeah, originally Lincoln was going to either be Berkeley if he was a girl, or Paxton if he was a boy. And after the breakup with my ex, that was the name that he chose. And then he kind of, poof, gone like the wind. So I chose Lincoln's name. He wasn't very happy about it, but what can you do? So any Axton names are not on my radar. And number 5 is Marshall. I love Marshall for a name. And you know, I think I won't be using it because there's too much of a How I Met Your Mother reference to it, but you never know. I may end up using it. This was a boys' names were a tough one for me because I love boys' names. I've looked at hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of boys' names. So Marshall was one that I always loved. I don't think I'm ever going to use it. I might, but I really don't think I will. So those are the 10 baby names I love but will never be using. Like I said down below, if you have any names that you love but won't be using, let me know. I really love doing collabs with these wonderful ladies, and I hope to do more soon. So if you want to check out their videos on the names that they love but won't be using, their links will be down below. Otherwise, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!